The last straw was not him rolling up on me on courtside. If you sat up there and said, yo, LeBron pissed off, he need to talk to you man to man, and I was in New York, what would I do? I'd be on the next plane to LA. And then you gonna turn around and come on ESPN with Pat McAfee? You gonna come on my channel on a show that comes on after me just to dog me? Nah. And what you dogging me about? Be a man. Yo, I don't like him either. Cool. Nah, I have to protect my family. That's the narrative you playing? Yo, bro, when I tell y'all, you can't measure the level of how pissed off I have been over that. There is no level of disrespect that has ever been accorded to me in my life more so than what he did. To try to paint me as somebody who would attack somebody's family, knowing I've never done it, I can't tell you how offensive I find that.
Blah, blah, blah. Woo! Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and support and donate to projecttransition.org below. Let's go. First, I got to give y'all love. Rocking with you guys have made me realize the spirit of this show and just the spirit of the path ahead, which is to free our mind of limitation and awaken them to abundance. We'll get deeper into that another time, but I am a necessary evil in this space right now, because if you watch any game between those two teams, you always need that referee. We always talk about that team or that team, opponent, home, away, but we never talk about the referee. Well, I'm here to referee these conversations because frankly, people are just too cool for school. Let's be real. LeBron James, ding, 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 versus Stephen A. Smith, ding, 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 ding. And you got Carmelo Anthony sitting there knowing that his boy is LeBron, but at the same time, I'm doing my job. I'm on my job. I got Stephen A. Smith right here. And you saw Carmelo. I don't know if he was awake or not. He's just looking at Stephen A. like, speak your piece, bruh. And I don't know if he really inserted himself like he wanted to fully. I knew this whole dynamic growing up. People get too cool for school and they can't say exactly what they want. So since every sport has a referee, this space now has a referee, and it's going to be me being objective. So I'm going to say what LeBron won't say. I'm going to say what Carmelo didn't say, and I'm going to say what Stephen A. Smith ain't going to say, which is, damn, Stephen A. The sense of entitlement comes with the success. I get it, brother. You winning. You're the champ of sports media. I get it. At the same time, whoa, you're getting a little too territorial. On my channel, oh, ESPN is yours? Pat McAfee don't think that way. Okay, you want to go at it with Pat McAfee? I look forward to that, refereeing that matchup. But the point is, what if LeBron would have went on SportsCenter? Would you have felt any certain way about it? Any type of way about it? I don't know. But you know why you felt that way, because it was Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee. So McAfee, I'm blacking his name up, but McAfee. But here's the thing. If he goes on McAfee's show, you know you looking at them BCS rankings. And if you won, he two. And if you were two, he won. And that's the problem there. So of all these things that you got an issue with LeBron, though, if straw that broke the camel's back was, dog, he went to my rival's show. And we all know, I've done shows on it before, behind the scenes, just like behind the scenes with you and LeBron, behind the scenes, you and McAfee. Remember them times where guys were going on the show, paging line one, can we get Kendrick Perkins on the show? Yeah, one time. And then, ooh, dial tone. So you and McAfee behind the scenes got some conversations, just like you and LeBron behind the scenes have some conversations. So let's talk about these conversations, because they just too cool for school and they don't really want to go there. You mad, Stephen A., because you know you got the biggest show in sports media, but you just couldn't get your hands. You couldn't control. You couldn't put your hand up the back and be the battery for LeBron James. You never had LeBron James sitting at that circle, sitting at that table on that glass. You've had everybody else, whether it's a baller, whether it's an actor, whether it's a rapper, top dogs everywhere, but you couldn't get this generation's biggest athlete, and you've been trying forever. So this grudge match obviously starts with your fondness for Michael Jordan. We all know that. And you and Michael Jordan are text buddies, and y'all cool or connected. I saw you with the Jordan suit on there. So you go over there to poo-poo on LeBron on Carmelo's show, who was his boy, and you wearing the Jordan suit. Coinkydink? Coincidence? I think not. So we ain't tripping. We just laughing, right? Got the Uncle Cartiers on or whatever, the Cazales, whatever they are. And I'm just going to take y'all behind the scenes of this tug of war, okay? Because it's a war of words. And Stephen A. Smith knows that he's guilty of this. He's guilty of letting his desire to stay on top and to win this grudge match with LeBron affect how he's doing his job. And look, he's winning, so what are we complaining about? But he got to stop complaining and crying too, because all is fair in love and war. He never thought LeBron James would come out on top in this tug of war because the media always has the last word. That's what they tell you. As soon as you become an athlete, hey, don't get into it with the media. They got the last word. And that's Stephen A. Smith's era. He was the beat writer. That's why he say, look, man, I know a lot about you, but I ain't going to tell it all. And I'm certainly not going to cross that line and go there towards your family. But at the same time, because I'm not doing that and I know it, and I know what you did last night, let me make sure you stay under my thumb. And you better walk in line, talk in line, or else I don't know. Somehow, some way, anonymous sources will say something about you. That's the game that's been being played by the media forever. And Stephen A. Smith, top dog at playing that game. Don't believe me? The people who he doesn't like, listen to how greasy he sound when he talking about them. And see, it's easy to do that with Kyrie back in the day when it was the COVID and the pandemic because there were people on both sides loud. It was easy to go at Kyrie, wasn't it? Until you realize, and now you kind of backtracking like, ooh, I kind of was wrong on the Kyrie thing. We know. Now, it's easy to go at Kevin Durant, right? Because Kevin Durant had his own teammates going at him as well. And you just piling on. You don't want to make an enemy out of me. But it was hard to do it with LeBron. You know why? Because LeBron ain't really done nothing. You can have some speculation of this and the PEDs, and you could just go down that rabbit hole and try to connect those dots. LeBron ain't never been arrested. And LeBron, you can't go at LeBron like that. So you've been doing it behind the scenes, and y'all been playing this tug of war. LeBron ain't stupid. He knows you ain't dissed him, but he also know you ain't gave him his flowers. He like, why you just keep going at me in the way of just like muting out all of my success and accolades? Okay, that's fine. So behind the scenes, y'all both pulling puppet strings. LeBron, you saying he doing it to you? I know you doing it to him because I know you've done it to me and others. I know that. So that's the game. It's all fair in love and war. But why do you go public and start crying about it? So what happens? You never thought the king would actually checkmate you. The king. I mean, it's in his name. So he actually put a move and he said, okay, I know how to shut this down, and I remember the moment. I remember turning on TV. I don't watch that much linear TV. Turning on the TV because they said LeBron is on ESPN. And then while I'm turning it on, they was like, yeah, he's on McAFEE. I was like, what? Now, and everybody knows McAFEE comes on after you. So I was like, LeBron didn't do the car wash. He didn't do Get Up. He didn't do First Take. Nope. He didn't do Sports Center. Nope. How does Braveheart start off with Nas? Braveheart. I mean, it's over then. It's okay. See, if Stephen A. Smith played, he would know when to just tuck it. It's over, right? Kneel down. In sports, we kneel down. That means I won. And that means if you're going to really rush me like that, dog, you're sorry. Like, relax. It's over. You lost. I'm about to kneel this ball down and walk off and kiss your friends and kiss your girlfriend and kiss the cheerleader. Well, just gonna walk off. You walk off, tuck your tail, and go to that locker room. That's what you're supposed to do. But you keep going on this tour talking about it. And I got more games to referee. Simple as that. I actually am glad LeBron did it that way. Now, the way he did it actually highlights Carmelo, and I'm going to get to that, and then we out of here. By checkmating Stephen A. Smith that way, You made Stephen A. Smith have to lie for, how long has it been? 6 months, a year? He had to lie about the reasons, and it's Bronny and you coming up to me. And he never addressed all this on Gilbert's show. He never said it was Pat McAFee and all this like this before. Now he like, because nothing else makes sense, dog. You had your chance to talk to LeBron's face to face with the world watching, and you said nothing. And then you went on the tour. And then we saw the tour and we were like, that ain't the answers. Those are not the answers. There's more to it. And now we know. And we already knew. It's just now you admitting what we already know, which is that McAFEE thing. You don't own ESPN as big as you are. You know that, right? I mean, they fired you before. Don't think they can't fire you again, okay? Trust me, I've been fired before. So, but not from ESPN, not from Fox. But the point is, you've been fired. You've been fired. They can do it. So be careful. And McAFEE had 1 billion views last month. 1 billion. 1 billion. What? I'm just saying, dog, I got love. I'm refereeing this. I'm just telling you, bruh. You better leave that one alone. But this is what's funny about this. Because going on McAFee's show is kind of like the criticism I'm hearing about Carmelo. Like, Carmelo, why would you put him on your show? McAFee obviously had that conversation mentally. He obviously was like, damn, if I let LeBron come on my show, and like first thought is, who's going to say no to LeBron? So nobody's going to say no to LeBron. But at the same time, you're thinking to yourself, damn, dog, I know this is going to start something. Oh, well, like, what are you going to do? You can't say no to LeBron. And then you know you already got a little issue with Stephen A. Smith, but hey, I'm being a pro. I'm being a big man. I'm not letting that out. But at the same time, it's been reported because it's really happening. But hey, I take a little of that love. I take a little jab at Stephen A. But more importantly, I take all of what LeBron James is going to bring to me and my show. 1 billion views in 1 month. Ooh, we better stop playing with these dudes. So I think Carmelo was stuck in that position, but Carmelo ain't no punk. It's just like, I think he was like, look, I rock with Stephen A. Smith too, or he knows he loves LeBron. He's like, LeBron ain't tripping on this. Let this man air his grievances, and why not me get love, views, content, and paid off of him doing that right here on my show. So y'all criticizing Carmelo in this moment, I think that's unfair because, well, you criticizing Pat McAFee? Well, he ain't close with LeBron as well, and he had an intention to do it. Well, it highlights the same thing, whereas I'm going to let somebody else do what they want to do, even though it ain't really what I want to do. That's all I'm trying to say. That's the only parallel. But I get it. But Carmelo was in a tough position, so that's why I think he went to sleep on the interview. All right, y'all, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. I went longer than I wanted to just because I had to set the table. I am going to get in the middle of all of these issues and tell you exactly, oh, that's an offsides. Oh, that's out of bounds, etc. Who else going to do it? Carmelo ain't. He sleep. LeBron ain't because he too cool. He like, man, forget this fool. And I'm going to sneak him in a different way. Like, he got the silencer on. He got the ninja stars. And then Stephen A. Smith, he just shooting in the air like Arsenio and Harlem Nights. Pat. Remember that little dude? They would shoot at Arsenio. Pat. That's how the game is right now. Have fun with this one. Anyway, move on. So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about it all. I'm having too much fun with these fools because I've never been too cool for school. That's one thing about me. Y'all know I'm corny. I self-admit it. I like corny stuff. I like lighthearted. I like me being a big tough guy but a big teddy bear. I just like that because I know if you poke the bear, shut the fuck. That's one thing about me. I got a psycho switch. I will whoop your ass and I never fight. So that's the beauty of me. But the point is, I'm getting in the middle of all this stuff. Until y'all tell the truth, I will. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But before we flow, boy, we got to check in on your blood flow, boy. So please tell me you're using my product, VINIA. You don't know what it is? It's this. Oh, it's talking about blood flow. We're talking about real circulation, real energy to make you more focused on the go. You got to go to VINIA.com/Marcellus. 10% discount if you use the code Marcellus10. Who's Marcellus? Me. And what is VINIA? VINIA is a nitric oxide boost to your system to get the blood flow to exactly where you need it. Your circulation going to your brain, your heart, to your muscles. That's how the game goes. If you want to move better, you want to feel better, you got to get your blood flow going better, all right? Simple as that. It's all about circulation, right? New blood in, heals all the old wounds, and that's how the game goes. When I played, I'm sorry, VINIA wasn't out. We had to use all the fake stuff, the sugar and the caffeine. That's my energy. And then you had that hella crash. You'd be like, oh my God, what was that? Not anymore. And now we both have access to VINIA. So make sure you use it. That's why I say so geeked up to referee all these issues that's going on in media. So make sure you guys go to VINIA.com/Marcellus and use the code Marcellus10 for 10% off. VINIA.com. More focus, more alert, more on the go. No matter what you got to do, be a papa, turn the corner like that for the Chargers. You got to be a hubby, take care of the itty bitties, doing your content, whatever it is. VINIA.com/Marcellus. Give you that energy on the go. So, you know what we do on this show, boy. We blow, boy. Oh, my goodness. Yes, we do. We get into it like that. So I always hit them with that pretty when they act gangster. But I always hit them with that gangster when they don't say it with their chest. So what's up now, partner? I mean, Pat McAFEE. We got some kind of problem here. Stephen A. I need Jules Santana and the Dipset to help me on this one. Okay, let's get it. Ay, Stephen A. still mad LeBron never came his way. Ay, 20 years talking loud, but Bron kept him at bay. Ay, pretends it's Bronny drama, but that's just display. Ay, truth is he crying cause McAFEE got that play. Ay, you beg for that sit down, pray for that big day. Been saying King James exclusive every single May. Try acting unbiased, it's ego on the freight. I'm good, yeah, okay, McAFEE right away. Yeah, Pat got the king in the tank top that day. Stephen A. wore a funeral suit on first take, man. Ay, he yelled fake father, that's ego decay. Everybody see that jealousy leaking on your resume. You chillin', LeBron, laughing, eating all day. JJ Redick smoking them, eating that Bombay. Aaron Rodgers, Pharrell, oh man, buffet. Meanwhile, you begging all them dudes to stay. Hey, hey, Stephen A. just admit Bron hurt you that day. It ain't about Bronny, it's never coming your way. Dreamed of that LeBron sit down legacy, hooray. But Bron dodged you smoother than Curry from the tray. Spinning first take like ballerina ballet. Still waiting for the hey, hey. Filibustering tears to hide emotional disarray. Father energy, now that's heartbreak on display. Whole culture saw you in dismay. Pat living that dream like every single day. Damn, man, why'd you have to say all that behind the scenes stuff? That's why you didn't get that play. Ay. That shit. Oh man, I don't know what to say, but I had to do it that way. Ay. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.